When you're getting to know someone, it's natural to wonder whether the interest is mutual. While dating advice often focuses on red flags to avoid, understanding positive signals, green flags, can be just as valuable. These are the communication patterns that suggest someone is genuinely interested in building a connection with you. Before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit hype to boost this episode. Drop a comment below with your city or country. I'm always curious where viewers are joining from. Green flag 1. She asks follow-up questions about your life. What this reveals: when she asks follow-up questions about things you've mentioned, it shows she's actually listening and remembering your conversations. This isn't just polite small talk, it's active investment in getting to know you as a person. What it looks like: you mention you have a presentation at work on Friday. On Saturday, she asks, "How did your presentation go?" You tell her about your favorite hiking trail, and days later, she asks if you've been back there recently. She remembers your brother's name, asks about your photography hobby you mentioned once, or recalls that you were stressed about a family situation and checks in about it. Why it matters. Memory and curiosity are investments. When someone genuinely likes you, your life becomes interesting to them. They want to understand your world, your challenges, your passions. Follow-up questions aren't just conversation fillers, they're evidence that you occupy mental space in her life beyond your direct interactions. The psychology behind it: people naturally pay more attention to information about individuals they're drawn to. This isn't calculated behavior, it's an automatic byproduct of interest. When she remembers details and asks about them later, it reveals that thinking about you comes naturally to her. Her questions show she's building a mental model of who you are, which happens when someone is considering you as a potential partner. Green flag 2. She shares without being prompted. What this reveals: when she voluntarily shares stories, feelings, or updates from her life without you having to pull information out of her, it demonstrates trust and comfort. She wants you to know her, and she's making herself emotionally available. What it looks like: she texts you about something funny that happened at work, shares a photo of her weekend activity, tells you about a frustrating conversation she had, or mentions something that reminded her of a previous conversation you had. The key is spontaneity. She's bringing you into her daily life naturally, not just responding when you initiate. Why it matters. Sharing is a form of intimacy. When someone opens up about their experiences, especially vulnerable or personal ones, they're testing whether you're a safe person to be open with. Voluntary sharing indicates she's considering letting you into her inner world, a crucial step in developing genuine connection. The psychology behind it: emotional disclosure is how humans build bonds. Research in relationship psychology shows that reciprocal self-disclosure, where both people gradually share more personal information, is fundamental to developing intimacy. When she shares without being prompted, she's actively participating in this bonding process. She's not waiting for you to do all the emotional labor of the connection. Green flag 3. Her response time is reasonably consistent. What this reveals: notice we're not saying she responds instantly or within a specific time frame. The green flag is consistency. If she typically responds within a few hours, she maintains that pattern. If she's a once-a-day texter, that stays steady. Consistency shows you have a stable place in her priorities. What it looks like: she might respond quickly sometimes and take longer other times, but there's a predictable rhythm that matches her personality and lifestyle. If she's busy, she might say, "Heading into meetings, we'll text you later," and then actually does. You're not left wondering if she's lost interest because her patterns dropped off. You just understand her communication style. Why it matters: inconsistency often signals ambivalence. Someone who's hot one day and cold the next, who disappears for days then returns with intense interest, may be keeping you as an option while exploring others. Consistent communication, even if it's not frequent, shows you're a steady part of her life, not someone she remembers only when convenient. The psychology behind it. Consistency in behavior is one of the strongest predictors of genuine interest and emotional availability. People make time for what matters to them, and they do so in predictable ways. When someone genuinely likes you, maintaining contact feels natural, not like a chore they forget about. You become part of their routine because they want you there. Green flag 4, she makes plans and actually follows through what this reveals. Anyone can say, "We should hang out sometime." Someone who's genuinely interested actually suggests specific plans and shows up. She treats your time together as something valuable worth organizing her schedule around. What it looks like. She suggests specific activities. Want to check out that new restaurant Friday night? When plans are made, she keeps them. If something comes up and she needs to reschedule, she's the one who suggests an alternative time, not leaving it vague. She's reliable. When she says she'll be there, she is. Why it matters. Actions reveal priorities. Following through on plans demonstrates that seeing you isn't just a nice idea. It's something she's willing to organize her life around. In a culture where flaking has become normalized, someone who respects your time and keeps commitments is showing genuine investment. The psychology behind it. Behavioral consistency, where someone's actions match their words, is a hallmark of secure attachment and genuine interest. People who are truly interested don't just talk about getting together, they make it happen. This follow-through indicates she's not just enjoying the attention or validation from messaging, she actually wants to spend real time with you. Green flag 5, she introduces you to her world. What this reveals. When she mentions wanting you to meet her friends, includes you in her social media, references we in future tense conversations, or casually mentions you to people in her life, she's integrating you into her world. She's not compartmentalizing you as a secret or separate entity. What it looks like, she mentions that her friends know about you in a positive way, suggests bringing you to a group event, tags you in funny posts that made her think of you, or casually mentions future plans that include you. "My sister's visiting next month, you two would get along." She's not hiding your existence from her social circle. Why it matters. How someone positions you in their life reveals how they see the potential relationship. If you're kept separate from her friends, family, and social presence, you might be being kept as an option rather than embraced as a genuine connection. Integration into someone's world means they're proud to know you and comfortable with others, knowing you're important to them. The psychology behind it. Social integration is a natural progression in developing relationships. When someone is considering a serious connection, they instinctively want their social worlds to align. This isn't about rushing to meet parents or make things official. It's about the natural inclination to share good things in our lives with the people we care about. Keeping you separate suggests ambivalence, including you suggest investment. Green flag 6. She's comfortable with natural conversation flow. What this reveals, the conversation doesn't feel forced or one-sided. There are natural pauses, and that's okay. She's comfortable with the rhythm of getting to know each other without constant entertainment or validation. The conversation feels easy, not exhausting. What it looks like. Sometimes you both have busy days and the conversation is lighter, and that's fine. Other times you have long, engaging discussions. She doesn't need constant attention or get anxious when there's a natural lull. She picks up threads from earlier conversations naturally. The exchange feels balanced. You're not doing all the work to keep it going. Why it matters. Comfort with natural rhythm shows emotional maturity and security. Someone who needs constant texting, immediate responses, or feels anxious during normal pauses may be seeking validation rather than connection. Genuine interest feels sustainable and comfortable, not draining or anxiety-inducing for either person. The psychology behind it. Secure attachment shows up in communication patterns. People with secure attachment styles are comfortable with both closeness and independence. They don't need constant reassurance of your interest, and they don't play games with their own availability. The conversation flow feels natural because neither person is operating from anxiety or trying to manipulate the other's investment level. Green flag 7, she shows up with encouragement and support. What this reveals: when you share something you're working on, worried about, or excited for, she responds with genuine encouragement. She celebrates your wins and offers support during challenges. She's in your corner, even early in getting to know each other. What it looks like. You mention you're nervous about something, and she sends a thoughtful, encouraging message. You share an accomplishment, and her happiness for you feels authentic, not competitive or dismissive. When you're having a tough day, she doesn't minimize it or make it about her. She offers support in whatever way feels appropriate for your current level of closeness. Why it matters. How someone responds to your vulnerabilities and successes reveals their character and their feelings about you. Someone who genuinely likes you wants good things for you. They feel positively about your happiness and success, rather than threatened by it. This early-stage supportiveness often predicts how they'll be as a long-term partner. The psychology behind it. Psychologists call this capitalization, the process of sharing good news with others and having them respond enthusiastically. Research shows that how romantic partners respond to each other's good news is actually a stronger predictor of relationship quality than how they handle bad news. When she celebrates with you and supports you through challenges, she's demonstrating the kind of partnership potential that sustains long-term relationships. What these green flags mean together. Individually, each of these green flags is promising. Together, they paint a picture of someone who is emotionally available, genuinely interested, and mature enough to build a real connection. These aren't manipulation tactics or techniques. They're the natural behaviors of someone who likes you and is comfortable showing it. Important context. Green flags should be interpreted in context. Everyone has different communication styles. Some people are naturally more expressive, others are more reserved. The key isn't that she does all these things in exactly the ways described, but that you can recognize genuine investment and emotional availability in her particular style of communication. Also remember that green flags need to be mutual. A healthy connection isn't about convincing someone to be interested in you. It's about recognizing when interest is present on both sides and building from there. What green flags are not green flags aren't perfection. Someone can show all these positive signs and still have bad days where they're less communicative, make mistakes in how they express themselves, need time to develop trust before showing vulnerability, have legitimate life circumstances that affect their availability. Green flags are patterns over time, not requirements for every single interaction. They're about overall trajectory and consistent behavior, not perfect execution in every moment. How to respond to green flags. Recognizing green flags is only half the equation. How you respond to them significantly impacts whether the connection deepens or fizzles out. Many people unknowingly sabotage promising connections by not reciprocating positive signals or by overthinking what they mean. Mirror the investment. When she shows these green flags, reciprocate at a similar level. If she asks follow-up questions about your life, do the same for her. If she shares spontaneously, share back. If she makes plans, suggest plans too. Balanced investment creates sustainable momentum. One-sided interest, even when the other person is responsive, eventually burns out. Don't overanalyze. Sometimes when things are going well, we sabotage them by looking for hidden meanings or testing whether the interest is real. If someone is showing consistent green flags, take them at face value. Healthy connections don't require detective work to decode. Trust that what you're seeing is what's actually there. Match her pace. Just because she's showing interest doesn't mean you should immediately accelerate to maximum intensity. Some people develop feelings quickly, others need more time. Pay attention to her pace and match it. If she's gradually opening up, you gradually open up. If she's suggesting seeing each other weekly, don't push for daily. Respecting natural pace shows emotional intelligence. Be yourself. Green flags indicate she likes who you actually are based on what she's learning about you. Don't suddenly become someone else or hide aspects of yourself because things are going well. Authenticity is what creates lasting connections. The goal isn't to keep someone interested through performance, it's to find someone who genuinely likes your actual self. Common mistakes. When you see green flags. Mistake 1, getting insecure. Sometimes when things go well, insecurity kicks in. You might start questioning why she likes you, wondering when she'll figure out you're not that great, or looking for reasons it won't work. This self-sabotage is common but destructive. Green flags mean you're doing something right. Trust that. Mistake 2, testing her interest. Some people respond to positive signals by testing whether they're real. Pulling back to see if she chases, playing it cool when warmth would be natural, or creating drama to see how she responds. This game playing turns healthy connections into anxious ones. If someone is showing you consistent interest, believe it and respond authentically. Mistake 3, moving too fast. Green flags can feel so good after experiencing ambiguous situations that some people interpret them as a signal to immediately accelerate toward commitment. But genuine interest still needs time to develop into something lasting. Don't rush through the getting to know you phase just because the signs are positive. Mistake 4, becoming complacent. On the flip side, some people see green flags and completely stop putting in effort, assuming the interest is locked in. Relationships at any stage require continued investment from both people. Green flags mean you're building something good. Keep building. Understanding different communication styles. It's crucial to recognize that green flags show up differently based on individual communication styles. Not everyone expresses interest the same way. Some people are thoughtful communicators who text less frequently but with more substance. Others are spontaneous, sharing freely throughout their day with multiple messages and updates. Many fall somewhere in the middle, responsive and engaged, but not constantly available. None of these styles is better or worse. The key is recognizing green flags within someone's particular style, rather than expecting everyone to communicate the same way. When green flags appear after mixed signals, sometimes you might initially experience mixed signals or uncertainty, then notice clear green flags emerging. This is actually quite common and usually positive. It often means she needed time to assess. Not everyone falls into immediate clarity about their interest. Some people need to get to know you better before feeling confident in their attraction and investment. Green flags appearing after initial caution often indicate thoughtful decision-making rather than impulsiveness. Life circumstances changed. Maybe she was genuinely busy, stressed, or dealing with something that limited her emotional availability. As circumstances stabilized, her ability to invest in getting to know you increased. This is normal and healthy. People's capacity for new relationships fluctuates with life demands. Trust developed. Some green flags, particularly vulnerability and sharing, only appear after trust is established. If someone has been hurt before or is naturally cautious, seeing these flags emerge over time is actually a compliment to how you've made her feel safe. She resolved ambivalence. Sometimes people genuinely are uncertain initially. Maybe they're getting out of something else, questioning what they want, or weighing different life priorities. Green flags appearing after ambivalence often means she's reached clarity and chose to invest in getting to know you. The key is that current patterns matter more than past uncertainty. If green flags are now clear and consistent, that's what's relevant.